Hey everyone, this is David Pike, the MotorCity mechanic. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about a special tool that you may eventually need to use on a Chrysler 3.6 liter when it comes to checking the tone wheels on the back of all four camshafts. So make sure to check it out. Now there are four common codes that we'll find associated to a tone wheel issue on a camshaft, and that's typically P0016, P0017, P0018, as well as P0019. And that's got to do with each one of the exhaust and intake cams on both the left and right set heads, and basically it stands for camshaft, crankshaft, timing related issues. So that's the ones that pop up the most common that would actually point you towards this is what you might need to do. Now getting a little backstory on the vehicle from the customer could help a lot, because tone wheels just moving on a camshaft by themselves seems a little far-fetched, a little hard to fathom. I guess anything is possible, so I will not rule it out, but physically I think something had to come in contact, something had to damage it, and usually that means a person. The other thing is people like to buy cheap parts instead of going to your dealer and buying the rocker arms and lifters, and they find out they got a bad camshaft. They go online and they, hey, this kit comes with all four camshafts, all the rockers, lifters, and it's only $300-400 bucks. Because if you know anything, a Mopar camshaft by itself is that price. That doesn't include the other three or the rockers and lifters. The issue you find there is on some of these websites, some of these camshafts don't come with tone wheels. So I guess at that point you're having to take the tone wheel off your camshaft and putting it on the new one, and it's not quite that easy. I'll go a little more detail about that in this video as well. And the other thing is sometimes they'll buy the ones that come with the tone wheels and the camshafts are complete, but how do we know, whatever factory and whatever part of the world, how do we know that they actually press that tone wheel on correctly? So if they didn't have the problem before they did the repair and now they do, that already kind of gets you some alarms going off inside your head that this is probably the next step I need to check. I need to go ahead and check the tone wheels. There's some other things to check too, but again, this video today is about how to use the special tools, if you need to, for checking the tone wheels. So in this box, we've got a set of special tools whose sole purpose in this world is to make sure that the tone wheel on the back of your Chrysler 3.6 is in the right location or orientation. Let's talk about that real quick. So this is just one of the four camshafts. On the back, we have a cam sensor that reads each one of the paired intake and the exhaust cams. We need to know where they are at all times because this has variable valve timing. That hole right there says a lot about what we need to know. Now, some very interesting facts about this is these are pressed on and there's no keyway. So that means you could easily have this out of position if you were to have to remove them for some reason and reinstall them and you didn't pay attention and make a mark or make kind of dimple or something. These could be put into the wrong orientation. Also, you could buy some of these camshafts, and we'll talk about more of that in detail shortly, and maybe the tone wheel is pressed on incorrectly. Inside, we've got two special tools. Now, they have their own individual part numbers, but being that you don't just need one, you need both, they sell it as a kit, and I'll give you the part numbers shortly for that. This is what they look like. Two specially cut out pieces of aluminum with some holes and some alignment pins that actually will correspond to those holes. Now, if you look at this one right here, this is the left bank. That's cylinders 2, 4, and 6. And this is going to be our right bank, cylinders 1, 3, and 5. Again, they are uniquely cut out because the orientation of your cam tone wheel is going to be different. That's the hole that you're going to line up with this metal plate using these metal pins. So let me show you what you do on the engine to check this. Now here is your typical Chrysler 3.6 liter, which if you're familiar with the channel, you've seen a lot of videos related to this engine. Your tone wheels are going to be at the rear. They're at the back of the camshafts. Now, in order to do this checking with the special tools, you will need to remove both valve covers. Now, while you're there, I've done in a previous video where we talk about checking the oil galley plug, so make sure you check that video out. That's very important. So at this point, let me show you the tone wheels at the back. Now, this is the back or transmission side of the engine, where we've got cylinders 2, 4, and 6 on the left head. Now, these are the two tone wheels that we'll be checking on this side. And the special tool, the way it works is it sits down here, right there on that little ledge that the camshaft position sensor was on. Again, we had to remove that to take the valve cover off. And it's got the arms that will go over to this cam, an arm that will go over to that cam. And then, as long as you've got the engine rotated properly as far as the crankshaft, camshaft, and get all the timing marks lined up, in a perfect world, the holes on the special tool and the tone wheels will line up. Now, if you look a little closely, you can see the hole on this one and the hole on that one. But again, we got to make sure that the timing marks are lined up first before we start worrying about that. Now, on the right side head, which has cylinders 1, 3, and 5, you'll see a difference here. We've got this tone wheel, that's pretty obvious. This one right here, it's actually back behind the oil separator, which is where the PCV valve rides on right here. So it's a little bit different procedure for checking this side. Again, same basic setup. Special tool sits on top of the cam sensor mount right there. But the way you're going to put the pin in, the way you're going to line up the mark or the hole will be slightly different because, again, this little separator is all in our way. Now, remember when you're going to line up the timing marks, left head, we're worried about the arrows, not the lines. The arrows are for the left head, and the lines will be for the right head. So again, you'll just keep spinning it over till you get real close to lining up, and then we'll put our wedge in there in just a second. And on the right side, we're going to pay attention to the lines, not the arrows. Once you get those real close, we'll stop and we'll try to get our wedge up in here. Now, what I like to do is I want to make sure the camshafts stay exactly where they're supposed to be. And also, it's my way of verifying that the marks are perfectly lined up. And if you know anything about doing anything with the chains on a 3/6, there's a series of special tools. We've got these little lockout wedges that actually would go between the two camshafts here and over here that will line up in there and kind of lock it if it's lined up perfectly. There's a left side, there is a right side. These tools are really cheap on Amazon. They'll come with the little guides and all for helping to release tension on the chains. You get the kits for like 30, 40 bucks. And when you get them, sometimes these are a little tight to begin with. And this one looks a little different because I've modified it over the years. Some of the front wheel drives, you can't really get the oil control valves torqued down properly because it's so long. So I just kind of did my own thing. Again, you'll kind of line this up in here. Make sure that's fully seated. And do the same thing over here on the left head. So this is where we're going to be grabbing that special tool for the left side. And again, make sure you got the right one, and it's going to face forward towards the pulley side of the engine. This little bottom piece right here, that's going to sit in the spot where the camshaft position sensor went that I was talking about. And you're going to go on the back side of the camshafts. And you're just going to stand it up straight. Maybe put a little pressure pointing down. And now what we do is we'll grab these special tools and we'll insert it through the hole on this side of the tone wheel and see if it lines up with the aluminum bracket. It might take a little bit of wiggling. That's one. Let's move on to the exhaust side. We'll come down here, same thing, get it to line up. So they did go through, and I'll show you the back side of the tool so you can verify that. So if you look real close, you can see the pin protruding through on the exhaust and also up here on the intake. So we know that everything as far as these two camshafts and these two tone wheels are correct. Now, as you saw, when I was checking this left side cam, I went with the alignment pins through the tone wheel, then the special tool. You also could do it from the special tool through the tone wheel. So you've got both directions, whatever's easiest for you. There's no wrong way when checking the left side. Now when you're on the other side, there's a couple things that kind of get in the way, but nonetheless, if you see me do it this way or you see me do it that way, they both do what they're intended. So we're on the right side cylinder head now, and as I pointed out before, we've got the oil separator that the PCV valve uses on the exhaust cam that's kind of stopping us from kind of getting in there a lot easier. We also have the mount where the camshaft sensor was. And what we're going to do is we're going to install a special tool on the transmission side or the back side of this tone wheel. Now this is the one for the right side. This one says right bank facing forward. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with all this glare from the lights, but nonetheless it is clearly marked on here for me, maybe not for you. I want to face it towards the front. I'm going to sit this down on here, and now when you put it on the ledge, it's not going to be completely all of it on the ledge. Probably a good 3/4 of it will. And again, you're just going to apply a little bit of downward force using your finger. And now at this point on the intake cam, we're going to insert the tool from this side because there's not enough room on the other side. Just make sure it goes all the way through. And when we check the exhaust cam, we'll do it from this side like we did on the other ones. Again, for the intake side, come from the back part of the tool because you do not have enough room to get down in here with the metal rod for it to install. So let me show you lining up the marks or the holes for the exhaust. Now on the exhaust cam, what we do is we'll apply a little pressure on the tool, keep that block down in there, grab our alignment pin, find the hole in the tone wheel, wiggle a little bit and make sure it's fully seated. So at this point we know that the tone wheels on all 4 cams are in the correct location, so we don't have to question that. So if you decide that you need to have these special tools because you do a lot of 3/6s and you come across this issue in the past, the part number for everything you see here is 2027900090. I know it's a lot of numbers. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just a messenger. There's a couple websites you can go to. There's one that the dealerships use to order special tools, but it's almost always on back order there. The one that I got these from is Freedom Racing Tool and Auto, and that's www.freedomracing.com. On their website, they may have 2 options. They got the OE equivalent, which is right at $261.19 for this. That's $216.19. And the other one is they've got an aftermarket equivalent. It's $199.99. So just shy of $200, add tax, add shipping. So you've got some options there. Again, if you got to have it, that's where you can get it. So now you know where to buy the tool and you know how to use the tool. Now one thing I want to throw back out there again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you're doing this or you're going somewhere and you're supplying the parts and having your mechanic do it, do not buy cheap parts because this could create the issue. You may have to do this twice because of that problem. Typically, if I've seen it, that's what has happened. It's been somewhere else, or they did it, and now it's coming to me. If they did not have these codes before they went in there and did their rocker arms and lifter and their camshafts, there's a good chance the one thing that's creating this problem is those camshafts or whoever had to press on a tone wheel. So if you can, stick to OEM. I get it, it's expensive, but there's a reason why, and you don't want to have to do this twice. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any comments or suggestions about anything you saw in this video today, leave something in the comments below. Also, if you shop on Amazon, which pretty much everybody does, scroll down there right below the description of the video. There's a link. Click on that link, make that your Amazon homepage, and anytime you buy anything, doesn't even have to be related to this video, anything, I will get credit for it. I greatly appreciate it, and thanks everybody for watching.